Hey friends, Michael Warren here from Essential Guitar Lessons, and let's go over all the things a beginner should know. In this lesson I won't be showing you how to do all these things because that would take hours, and if you enjoy this video I'll do a lesson on each topic. This is just a list of all the things you should be working on as a beginner. Now I did this list for guitarists trying to learn off the internet. If you've never played before, how do you know where to start or what to practice? So I hope this will help and get you going in the right direction. If you're taking private lessons, your teacher should be showing you all these techniques. If not, you can ask them how to do them. So what is a beginner? What do you have to know before you're an intermediate player? When does a beginner become an intermediate player? So who knows, there's no authority on this. This is just a list of all the things you should be working on and what order to do them in. If you like this lesson, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You need to start by buying a guitar. You can get an electric, a steel string acoustic or a nylon string acoustic. Which one you get depends on what type of playing you want to do. If you want to do your rock and your metal, get yourself an electric. If you want to do classical guitar, get a nylon string. You don't have to start on an acoustic guitar, and you'll learn exactly the same things on both. So the next thing we need to know is the parts of the guitar. As a beginner, you don't have to know every part, just the main ones. As you go along, you can learn the rest. So if I was a beginner, you'd want to know the head, the tuning keys, the neck, the body, the strings, and the frets. And that's about all you need to know at the start. It's also good to know what a capo is, how to use it, your guitar stand, your tuner, your strap, a metronome, and how to set up your amp. So if you've got an electric guitar, you just need to know how to plug it in and how to get some volume, and you can play around with the settings there. Next, you want to know how to hold your pick. I would start with a pick rather than your fingers unless you want to play classical guitar. Once you can play a bit, then you can learn how to play with your fingers. As a beginner, I'd start with a fairly soft pick. Don't use anything over 1mm. You'll find when you start, you'll be hitting the strings quite hard, so a softer pick can help this. The next thing is posture, or how to sit and stand with the guitar. You need to know where to place your left hand and your right hand. Remember to stand up and practice as well as sitting down because it does feel different. You need to know how to number your fingers on your left hand, and that's easy. We've just got 1, 2, 3 and 4, and we don't include thumb. So that's really easy. We need to know the names of each string with the numbers and the notes. So this is pretty easy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, starting 1 on the bottom E string, and E, A, D, G, B and E. And a way to remember that, Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie, or elephants and donkeys grow big ears. So that again is fairly simple. Now you also need to know the terms we use moving around the guitar, so if you're watching something on YouTube you know what they're talking about. So if someone says go up the neck, they mean go up this way. I know it sort of feels like that's up, but we're talking about the note pitch. So we're going from a low note up to a high note. So that's up the neck, that's down the neck. When we're going this way, again, this is a bit odd, that is up the scale because we're starting again from a low note and going up to a high note, and that is down the scale. So that's opposite there. You will get the hang of that after a while. The next one is how to read basic tab, which is easy if you follow the 2 rules. What string is the number on? What fret should I play? So the last one before we start playing, it's good to know how to use your tuner and how to tune your guitar. Again, this is fairly easy, and the more you practice it, the quicker you can do it. You should tune up before each time you play. Don't worry about tuning by ear at the moment, that comes later after you've done some ear training. Now I know that seems like a lot, but you can knock all that out pretty quickly, and you don't have to remember everything as you're going along. The more you learn, that'll start to sit for you. So let's start playing. The first thing you need to know is how to fret a note properly. So this is fairly easy. Let's take our bottom E string, 5th fret. Now you have to push down fairly hard, but you'll know how hard you have to push after a while of playing. At first you'll probably find you're pushing it too hard and you're getting sore hands. So we're pushing down, and we want to be to the front of the fret, so we don't want to be back here. We'll get a buzzing sound if we're back there. So middle to front of the fret is always the best place to play, and then we just pick the string we're on. You'll get used to that pretty quickly. Now I would start by playing some one string, one finger songs. You don't want to start with chords. It'll take you weeks or months before you can play anything that sounds like a song, and it can be quite disheartening. The one string songs will give you a feel for the guitar and build your confidence, so you'll know how to fret a note and how to move around the neck using your pick. Once you can do them, stick to one string songs, but start to use all your fingers instead of just one. We want to be able to have each finger as strong as the next. We don't just want to play everything with one or two fingers. Then you can move to two string songs, then 3 and 4 string songs. Now some players will knock this out in a few days, others it may take a month or two, and that's okay. If you find these too easy, you can always jump ahead. Now you also want to be able to do some simple hand stretches. As guitarists, we've always got our fingers fairly close, both on our left and our right hand, and what can happen is your tendons can shorten over years of doing this, and if you put your hands out naturally, your fingers are really turned in. So what we want to do is just stretch them out, and if you do that each day, you won't have this problem with shortening of tendons. Now that you're a little bit more confident with the guitar, and now sitting and standing with the guitar will start to feel a little bit more natural, because when we start it always feels awkward, and it does for everybody, but that goes away over time. We'll start by practicing 3 different techniques at the same time. Try to do 10 or 15 minutes on each technique. So we'll be looking at open chords, power chords, and some basic scales. Don't just do one of these techniques and get it right and then move on to the next, because each one will help with the next. So one of our techniques is power chords. First I'd learn how to read the tab, which is fairly easy, but it is a little bit different from using just the one string or one fret. We're going to have 2 notes above each other there. Just start with the 2 finger power chords. You can add the 3rd finger in later, which is easy once you've been playing for a while. For the moment, just stick with your power chords using the 2 fingers. And to get you going, I would just stay on, say, the E and the A string. I wouldn't be changing strings at the moment, and I'd learn the 2 different shapes. So let's have a quick look at the 2 different shapes we'll use. We're going to start with our 1st finger on the 3rd fret on the E string, and our 3rd finger. Now if you can't reach, you can use your little finger on the 5th fret on the A string, so just a string below and a fret apart. And that's one of the shapes we're using. The next shape is an open power chord. So we're going to be playing the open E string and just placing your 1st finger on the 2nd fret on the A string. And like I said, when you're starting, just stick to 2 strings, either the E and the A string or the A and the D string. Once you've got that down, then you can start changing strings using the power chords. When you feel comfortable doing these, you can start to learn how to palm mute. Now if you're reading tab off the internet and all the power chords use 3 fingers, just take off the top number of the power chord and it'll nearly sound exactly the same. Now with all these, I would try and do at least 10 songs with each technique, then you can move on. While you're practicing the power chords, you also want to start practicing your open chords. Start by learning how to read a chord chart. Then I would start with the E minor chord because that's the easiest. So we've got our E minor, we're only using 2 fingers and we're only using 1 fret. Then I'd move to the E chord because we're just adding your 1st finger on and you've got E. Then you can drop that all down a string and that gives us A minor. And then you can just take your 1st finger off, add your little finger on, and we've got our A. Now once you can play those chords, there are quite a few songs you can start to play, and again we want to do about 10 songs there. Once you can play those, add in the D chord. Once again, there's lots of songs you can play using these chords. We've got E minor, E, A minor, A and D now. Again, once you can do those, then move on to the G. Now the reason I say to do these in this order is because all these chords only stretch over 1 or 2 frets. So they're easier to play than the next chords we'll look at. When you start learning these, just use down strums so you can concentrate on your left hand. Once you've got those chords down, you can start to use some strumming patterns with our next chord. So a nice easy one would be down, down, up, down, and you can use that with nearly all songs. Now as you're learning these chords, they don't have to be perfect before you move on. That will come in time, just keep practicing them. The next chord I do is C, D minor, and then the killer F chord. Now these are harder because we're now stretching over 3 frets, so our C, our D minor, and our F. Now play as many songs as you can using the chords. We want to use as many different chord progressions as we can. So all that means is the order we play the chords in. No one does this quickly, so just take your time. It doesn't matter how long it takes. The third thing you want to practice is some simple scales. I would start by learning how to read a scale chart, learn how to alternate pick, and how to use your metronome. I would start with just the first position, minor pentatonic. It doesn't really matter what key you're in at the moment. And then learn the first position, major pentatonic. We also want to know how they relate to each other. After you've got them down, slowly start to build your speed using the metronome and alternate picking. So while you're doing all those things, I would also start to work on your timing. I think this is forgotten a lot of the times. So while you're playing, you want to be able to tap your foot in time no matter what your hands are doing. This is really difficult when you first start. So to help, whenever you listen to music, tap your foot and try and find the beat and where the first count is. Most people can do this naturally, but it is a really important step. If you want to get things right first, that's okay, and then start adding in the foot tap. If you find that tricky, you can nod your head, but we want to have our own internal metronome there. I would also start learning some basic theory. You want to know what a tone and a semitone are, or a half step and a whole step, what a sharp and a flat are and how they relate to the guitar, and the chromatic scale, how to write it and what it means related to music. Okay, the last one is some basic ear training. Again, this is really important. Get someone to play a note on a guitar or piano and see if you can find it on the guitar. Just start by using one string. So we'll play a note. You don't want to see what they're doing, and then you want to try and find that note there. The more you do it, the easier it becomes, and it makes working at songs 10 times easier. So this seems like a lot, but if you take your time, you'll get through it. Doesn't matter how long it takes. And if you can do all these things, there are hundreds of songs you can play. So I hope this gives you an idea of where to start your playing. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you soon.